Our beginner-friendly microblading course teaches you the art of creating flawless, natural-looking eyebrows. Become your own brow boss and help others achieve their dream brows too. Contact us at 0917-841-7966. Call us now.
Do you have a gambling problem? To know more about Pagcor's responsible gaming program, including its player exclusion program, visit www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. A message of concern from the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation.
Our beginner-friendly microblading course teaches you the art of creating flawless, natural-looking eyebrows. Become your own brow boss and help others achieve their dream brows too. Contact us at 0917-841-7966. Call us now.
Do you have a gambling problem? To know more about Paccor's responsible gaming program, including its player exclusion program, visit www.pacor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. A message of concern from the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation.
Our beginner-friendly microblading course teaches you the art of creating flawless, natural-looking eyebrows. Become your own brow boss and help others achieve their dream brows too. Contact us at 0917-841-7966. Call us now.
Media House Express, home of news and entertainment. Kaagapay sa paghahatid ng mga pangkasalukuyang kaganapan at pagsiserbisyo sa taong bayan. Media House Express, home of news and entertainment.
Nandito na ang ating mga ka-freshies sa programang Live Healthier, Live Longer para magbahagi ng mga kaalamang may kinalaman sa pangangalaga ng ating kalusugan. Halina at samahan natin si ka-freshie Irma and ka-freshie Val.
Alright. Isang preskong pagbati mula dito sa Live Healthier, Live Longer. Ang inyong ka-Freshie Val Villapa, your pharmacist, is signing on. Yan, ako na-miss kong mag-live for a time, no? There are so many events na dinadaluhan tayo because of course, ending ng year and a lot of gatherings are being set up. Siyempre, part yan ng pagbubuo ng ating pagharap sa pang-araw-araw na buhay. At katulad ng ating advocacy dito sa Live Healthier, Live Longer, we have to have a balanced life. And of course, we would like to thank our sponsors, Ivet Realty, H Premium Brand, Chili Garlic Oil, and Shake and Chills, True by True, Unveil Skin Renewal System, and Pagcor, of course, is also one of our sponsors. Yan, gising na yung ating mga supporters. We have a very special guest today, and in a little while we'll be introducing him so we can extract a lot of mindful, contentful information na we'll be able to gather. And of course, tayo, ang approach naman natin sa buhay, hindi lang naman lahat ng pinag-uusapan natin about taking medicines and what our body does to these medicines that we take in. Not only medicine, also the food, no, that we intake, and its beneficial and detrimental things that it does in our body, no, pagka sobra-sobra. And lahat naman ng bagay na sobra, of course, is not supportive of our system, because we have to have a balanced life. And talking about balancing, no, a balancing act, a balancing choice, we've always also promoted better lifestyle choices. And today, we will be given a more crash course, no, na ika nga, at hindi naman tayo malunod, but to this world of mga hindi pa natin to masyadong natatap na na naririnig lang natin, and that's why we invited a specialist na tayo ay maiga-guide ng husto, no? First, let's greet our early viewers. Althea, thank you. Aida Blanco Villapa, Mama, thank you for supporting. Ryan Asuncion is watching from Bulacan pa to, ha? Yeah, please guys, start waking up your friends. Tayo ay online na. So, oo nga, mag-send out tayo ng mga viewers sa ating mga followers. Bakit tinanghali yata sila ng gising? Ayan. Okay, so all right, here we go. Okay, so our guest is already in, and without further ado, let's introduce Sir Andre Dominic Katigbak. Yan.
Hello, good morning everybody.
Yan, si Sir.
Hi.
Pareho kami ng mantra, no? Talagang ang mga bigote, hindi ko pa
Ang bigote at ang hurma ay nag-iisa. Medyo pareho po kami ng hurma.
Mas ka lang, mas fit ka lang sa akin.
Baka maluwag lang yung damit ko.
Nasobrahan lang ako ng 1 linggong tulog. Ayan, sir. Good morning, Sir Andre. You want me to call you Andre or Dominic?
Andre is fine.
Ayan. Pero ano ba yung mas, nilang tawag sa'yo? Dom?
Actually, it depends upon the person. So
Ah,
usually I
right.
go by many nicknames, pero anything's comfortable.
Yeah, I can relate kasi I have 3 names also, Romel, Valiente, Nino. So mostly, my family calls me Val and close friends. And some people in the industry, they call me Romel kasi yan yung first name kong nakikita nila agad. Or Mel. Ayan. Yung lola ko lang tumatawag sa akin ng Nino.
Okay.
To her kasi maliit ako forever.
Pero nga hanggang, ang lusog na ng baby ko.
Oh, yan. Sir, I wanna introduce you properly, no, na kasi nga nakalagay dyan sa iyong under ng name mo is artist. But when we were talking off air, you were already waking me up into this realm and world of holistic naturopathy na tinatawag
Yes.
nila, no? And I wanted to ask nga if I can call you Doc or
How I wish,
because
but
di ba, there are certifications
Yes.
that would allow you to be
one.
a doctor of natural practices in terms of health, no? And para alam lang ng ating mga viewers na hindi lang ang medisina is not very parang maikli, no, or it's a very broad science that actually encompasses a lot of elements. And here you go, Sir Andre, please share with us what you have recently shared.
Well, actually, Val, everything came from all experiences. So that's why I cannot actually personally say that you can call me Doc yet.
Yes.
But it's just like the main goal out of every situation is the learnings that we tend to have in our lives. So I have also been in a state of the ropes of life, wherein the psyche and the state of mind really does affect a person's life. So
Major.
Yes,
Sabi nga,
major.
no, isang sumagot, major.
Major talaga siya. We are unconscious to a degree because sometimes sasabihin natin, hindi ganyan yung buhay. Kailangan brasuhin, ganyan. Pero what was taught within my experience, no, through the course of my personal healing at the same time, wherein art or ang paglikha ay naging therapeutic din. So,
Yun. Because you were able to channel your emotions
Yes.
and all of these faculties to be able to come up with an art that speaks about yourself, no?
Yes.
Lagi nga lang sinasabi the art is an expression of the artist.
Yes.
Yun.
And actually, sa lahat din naman talaga yun ng tao. Kung tutuusin natin, ang turo kasi sa akin or yung pagkaintindi ko, sa buhay natin, meron tayong mga baterya.
Battery, yes.
Our battery, we are technically we are somehow composed of 3 to 4 batteries in our lives. So which is our physical, our mental, and psychological batteries. No?
Yun.
Spiritual, emotional, and then physical.
Physical. Yan. And actually, alam ng mga listeners ko, so I always mention to them that physically, yung ating mga cells, we have mitochondria, and that's the powerhouse of every cell of the more than 6 billion cells in our body, no? Kaya talagang we are working on electrical impulses.
Yes.
Yan, sabi
That's
nga
very
nila, even after, kaya tinitingnan yan sa medisina, no, pagka you are literally brain dead,
Yes.
because there's no more electrical impulses traveling inside your brain. So pagka ganon, they will actually advise you to release the person. No, kung na-comatose yan, pag brain dead na yung tao, wala nang way to revive
Yes.
the person, no?
That's very true.
So, yun. And of course, that is the physical side.
Yes.
Now, you'll be delving more on the balancing all these
These elements.
yes,
to
these
one degree.
elements.
Yes. Kasi kung sa sinabi mo na sa akin na parang if somebody gets comatose or everything, so kaya may tinatawag din tayong, well, sometimes it's miraculous that it's gonna get fixed, but at the same time, it also depends on the fighting spirit and the personality of a person at the
Yung
same
strength
time.
ng spirit.
Yes, yes. Not just, spirit, but yung fighting spirit, psyche din yun ng tao eh. So, that's why when I tell my friends or the people that I encounter that who are having their own problems, physical illness or mental illness, I would say any form of diagnosis that you have is just a diagnosis, diba?
Yes.
And then the moment that you give it to a degree, to a power, that your state of mind, your psyche will be affected. And sabihin natin, wala pa tayong pananampalataya. Hindi naman natin masama. Is luckily our country is
Yes,
composed
yes,
with it,
yes,
no?
oo.
Pero the moment that our psyche would accept to a degree that it is already finished, na may taling na yung buhay ko, or parang, I diagnosed na ako as like this, I would tell them, they just classified it in a way so that they can measure it and they can understand and you can understand what we're supposed to do
Correct.
in accordance to the diagnosis,
Yes,
diba?
yes.
Pero sabi ko, do not give it power in your psyche, epitomizing everything based on the condition that you have received.
Tama, no? And one of the good things actually in life is basically acceptance.
Yes,
No?
very.
Once you get a diagnosis, for example, you cannot accept it at first, then get a second opinion.
Yes.
And then, maganda rin na kung meron kang medicinal diagnosis, also go to a natural doctor or a
Yes.
psychologist, something that will allow you to balance up what are you feeling now?
Yes.
How do you address this feeling? No? Tama 'yon. When your psyche already said, "Oh, this is final. No more return, no nothing." Then kahit na anong klaseng medisina 'yan, it
won't
will not work.
Yes.
No, there's such a thing as, sabi nga nila, the power of placebo.
Yes.
Na you're taking up medicine na wala naman, pulbos lang ang laman, walang activity. But because your mind is nakasulat doon sa placebo na yan tablet na you're going to wake up tomorrow,
Yes.
you're gonna be fine, then that's the power of it. 'Di ba?
So, hindi natin kasi napapansin that the power of ourselves and the power of our mind is one of the greatest sources that we can push through in our lives. And in majority kasi, we think that the only soul amplifiers in our lives is, the superficial things, which is the money, yung mga gusto natin sa buhay. So that's why once we get that state of mind that you know that you are capable, you are blessed, you are graced, you are healthy every single day, that mindset will keep us up. Kaya sabi ko, even doon sa mga yes, naintindihan natin sa senior, medyo may panahon ng bumabagal, no? Pero
Sumasakit-sakit
Oo,
yung mga
sumasakit yung
kasuan,
katawan.
no?
But it is very important also. Medyo slightly against ako na i-retire, force retire yung mga iba.
Yeah. Oh,
Kasi-
mami, you're watching, listen
Tita,
to this.
zumba tayo Kasi,
Kailangan, tama yun na i-accept mo you're old.
yes.
I'm happy ako sa mom ko. Lagi niya sabihin, pag tinanong lang taon ka na, I'm 70. And she's very proud about it. But, ang gusto kong ibawas sa kanya yung, mahina na ako, ganito, ganyan. Do not declare that.
Yes.
It's just that, of course, everything becomes frail and pero, be careful. Be extra careful. Pero dapat mas ka, dahil because you have lived 70 years of your life, meaning you have gained so much power, so much
Yes,
di ba,
wisdom,
intellect
everything.
and experience.
Yes.
Ikaw nga sa edad mo ngayon, pero parang ang experience mo pang 200. You know, sometimes when you accept that
Yes.
fact that you've earned so many things in life, lalo na enrich mo yung brain power mo. I want you to meet my best friend also.
Sure.
He's also into that positivity, and now he's into the elements of sound.
Yes. Sound
The-
healing.
Yes.
Yes.
The vibrations that could heal your brain and everything, just listening to it.
Yes.
And then when I started listening to it, sabi ko, ito rin pala yung naririnig ko sa spa.
Yes.
Na piniplay nung mga,
Yes.
siguro, they've learned about this already. So they started doing it.
Yes.
Kaya naman, minsan iisipin mo, iba yung nasa bahay ka, iba yung pagka ka sa spa, no? Kasi yung pala yun.
Yes.
Binubuo nila na may music,
Yes.
may aromatherapy na sinasama din, no? Even the sense of smell is actually being triggered because these things actually releases that happy hormone you were telling me about,
Yes.
serotonin, which is important for sleeping, confidence,
For everything,
for
actually.
happiness,
Yeah.
you know.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
one great activator. So since we already talked about a little bit of music per se, I have a little bit of knowledge about it as well. So balik kasi ang nangyari is like most of our body is composed of water. No? So in terms of frequency, baka nakita nyo na rin to sa reels niyo or sa videos na dumaan sa Facebook nyo, na pag linagay nyo yung tubig or yung sand sa isang speaker, it will actually shape in a different form. So, if I would say that that's why words are very important sa science, nagkakaroon ng situation na that's why we have to say good things most of the time because this plant will grow beautifully.
Pagka laging
You
naka-expose.
enrich them with good energy. So because of that situation, it goes also hand in hand with artistry and color because based on how I see things, everything is frequency. And that frequency, sa music, when you hear a word or you play a music, smell a scent, or see a color, they will all affect your persona, your personality, and your mindset at the same time. So bakit does it falls down into sabihin natin to, well, that's why sa paggagawa ng music, may iba they would say, ano bang feeling na gusto mong gawin? Is it supposed to be empowering, enriching, inspiring, depressive, or sad? So those tones will be resonating and the tempo will also be resonating what's supposed to
I
be
see.
given. Yes. So kaya pagdating naman kaya when I say na gusto ko sa viewers, so medyo interactive lang tayo ng very light.
Yes, yes.
Oo. So when you are actually thinking of positive things and bad things, there are already psychological situation that pops in our mind. But we are unconsciously and unknowingly na may reflection siya sa body natin. So, gusto ko pakiramdaman ninyo yung sarili nyo as of the moment just by listening. And then I would say words and see where those words will resonate in your body.
Wow.
So, it's either is it going to be mabigat ba sa katawan, magaan ba sa dibdib? Huwag nyo munang hanapin. Familiarize nyo lang yung katawan ninyo. So, kaya pag sinabi ko sa inyo, masaya, malungkot, mas masaya, mas masakit. Sakit na walang tulad na namawala ng isang tao. Di ba napansin nyo may dip? Sa ating dibdib, may force na humila from our diaphragm, from our heart center to our diaphragm, and then naglinger yung feeling that it went down to our solar plexus and our tummy. So now, I want you to say, or at the same time, imagine also the feeling of happiness and joy that you could actually think of, wherein that joy gave you the family, the life, and then the happy memories that you had. Nostalgic memories, unforgettable memories. Yung tipong nagkita kayo ni Papa, ni Mama, ng minamahal mo, na kasing tagal niyong nagkita, na ayaw mong bitawan, na ang pagmamahal na kaya mong i-share. Di ba? Naramdaman niyo na kagad na uplifting yung pakiramdam sa dibdib natin. So, ang masasabi ko dito, that's why words are very important because unknowingly, those words already redirected you, one, through your mind, through your brain, nagsasabi na, okay, we are sad, but we are unconscious that there is also another form of communication that our heart is communicating. That is through the feelings that we are having. So that's why our emotions are very important, not just to be hidden in our subconscious mind, because they will be still existent in our lives. So whenever we remember a memory, that's why there is trauma and it is not actually properly addressed or twinit natin sa brain natin. So that's why we try to say it. One form of therapy is letting it out. But letting it out is just alleviation of the feeling. But to totally remove the problem is for oneself to analyze the lesson of the story. So that's why, di ba, kunwari pa nagkaroon tayo ng kasalanan sa buhay, sasabihin ng church, we have to confess. So
Yeah.
that's why we have to let it out, because we cannot hold it in. That we cannot suppress it in our hearts, because anger is heavy in our chest. Depression will procrastinate us in different ways. So that's why we have to say it out. Lalo na, di ba, may secret na sinabi or parang,
Oo.
shucks, it's too heavy to bear.
To bear.
And then I have to let it out, because all those feelings, energies, that responsibility, you just don't know how to do with it. So that's why we confess. So nung nag-confess tayo, sinabi natin sa friend natin, okay, that's one. One way to let out the first layer. But the second layer is, where are we looking at within ourselves or at the outlook of the situation? So sabihin natin, sige, hindi ko na gagawin yon, or tapos na, it's already finished. Pero always remember, saying is different from making it the entirety of you, na sasabihin mo na nag-heal ka na talaga, na you saw the treasure out of it. It's no longer a problem. It is no longer a memory. Kung sabihin natin, nag-break kayo ng loved one mo or grief, if that memory will always be a memory that will give your heart or your emotions, your feelings, a negative reaction, then that will always be the situation.
It will always be a trigger, no?
Yes,
Na
it will always be a
yung
trigger.
sinasabi na hindi makapag-move on.
Oo.
Kasi, how do you address that kind of feeling po? Yun nga, no? Moving away from, for example, a loss of a loved one, or sometimes ang loss lang naman probably is either death or left
Yes.
you for somebody else.
There are situations kasi, that's why healing requires progressional situation. It takes a lot, no? To the moment of how much we can fathom in our brain and how we can accept the situation. Kasi, so paano natin madidistinguish? Minsan kasi, masasabi ko, two forms of communication. One communication goes to the brain. The brain only understand methodological situations.
Yes.
So, sabihin natin na in description nito, ganito, yun na yung purpose. Kaya nasasabi natin kung bakit ganito yung meaning ng mga bagay-bagay. But, yung isang communication naman is through feelings. So, whenever you encounter a memory of losing somebody, and then nararamdaman mo pa rin yung heartache, na parang you lost somebody, you betrayed. So sometimes people would get dementia because they get stuck because of that trauma. So, and that memory keeps on repeating in some dementias also, diba?
Parang the notebook yan.
Yan lang yung ginagawa. So, that's the time na you go deeper inside yourself. You try to, well, maybe some do not understand the meditative state, but it's just like also, not just by saying, no, na kaya ko to, pumapasok lang yun sa brain. Kailangan mo siyang maramdaman na kaya mo siya. Kailangan mo na sabihin sa sarili mo na naramdaman ko na my husband or my somebody, that's already finished. I'm already happy. I'm happy that he's glad. So we have to transmute things in our brain, not retaining the memory and the feeling of everything that is. So that's why magiging trigger siya na magiging trigger. And unknowingly, na pagpasok nun sa subconscious natin, parang ganito yan eh. Nakipag-break tayo sa relationship natin dahil pangit yung relationship. Pero at the same time, you were afflicted by trauma. And then at the same time, we will be pointing fingers to other people as well.
Or you're still stalking yung kanyang social media
Yes.
account.
Oo, diba? So, we have...
Mas complicated na ngayon. Kasi lalo
all
mo
the
siya
way
lagi mo
kita mo,
nakikita.
diba?
Kaya dapat you have to completely remove it
Yes.
from your system.
Oo.
No?
So,
It's one of it.
na parang every time, if it's not forgiven and it's always remembered in a negative way, you have not yet healed completely. Miski no matter how painful it is, yes, the memory was painful, But I would suggest also, how long would you like to retain that suffering in your mind? Wherein the mind will always try to remember it and make it in a form of reality that will be reflected in our hearts. And if our hearts will be holding on to it for so long, yan yung mga nasasabi na parang, dadalhin ko to hanggang sa kamatayan ko. Or magagalit ako habang buhay siya. Then, ikaw ang nahihirapan. It becomes a different driving force as well. But, kung positive yung driving force, naging wisdom siya, and it is a positive mindset, you will be helping yourself more rather than believing in a situation na linoko ka, ang hina ng brain cells ko na nagpaloko din ako. So, those words will already affect your psyche. Diba? Pero, ikaw din na magpapahirap sa sarili mo. Yan, gano'n.
Tama. Galing. Well, ako, I want to share this what happened to me yung September lang, no? When I lost my fur baby, si Sachiko. So, nung nangyari yon, because I was actually away Then when I came back, she got sick already, no? They call this dengue for dogs nga. So nagkaroon siya ng parasitism.
Okay.
And so parang I was actually not ready to lose her because of the fact na parang inisip ko is kapabayaan ko yun
Okay.
Kasi nagkaganon. Dapat katulad namin dati, lagi kasama siya sa mga travels and everything. Now, dumating yung time na nag-i-stay na siya sa house, etc. So, I really thought matatagalan ako bago ako maka-get over. So, I told you nga, no, I have a friend also who is into this. And ang inano lang niya is, well, you have to go through the process of grieving. Grieve.
Yes.
Biyak ka, magalit ka, whatever. Yun, sinisi yung sarili ko. Sabi ko, dapat kasi ginito ko siya. Dapat nung pagising ko na umaga, dinala ko na. Ang dami kong nai-imagine, no? So, I parang inano ko is, nilive ko yung mga scenarios. What? Kung ginawa ko kaya to differently, ano kaya mga magiging effect? And then, ang ending lagi lahat, death. Mamamatay talaga siya. Kasi nga, let's accept the fact, that's yun na yung time nung dog, no? She's 4 years old. So, para sa akin, ang bata pa niya for that. She's a chow-chow, no? Sobrang, kulit-kulit. But anyway, yung for a longest time na talagang hindi ako into a relationship, and I decided to get a fur baby nga. Tapos, nawala pa agad. So, I thought hindi ko na siya mag-get over. You know what I did? I kept repeating to myself every morning that, well, yun, pinakremate ko yung dog and so, andyan siya. Her memory will be with me naman lagi. And I know she made me very happy. And so sabi ko, I have to let go.
Yes.
And open my heart to get a new one.
Yes, that's
Diba?
very true.
Parang inano ko na, I think she will be happy knowing that, oh, there's another pet that will make me happy.
Yes.
So now I got my other friend na si Chiki. Thank you, Chiki. She gave me her 2-year-old Pomeranian.
Wow.
Na si Snow, no?
Okay.
Actually, ang pangalan niya Mochi, but my sister requested na kasi yung first dog niya, which I gave to her na nawala na rin, namatay na, is Mochi.
Okay.
So parang nagiging painful for her pag tinatawag ko si Mochi na papali. So we're starting to change his name to Snow kasi he's so fluffy white. Mukha na minsan nga naisip ko dapat cotton ball din. But actually si Snow imagine 2 years old na siya, Pomeranian, and you know these small dogs, they're very feisty pagka nasanay na siya sa amo niya.
Yeah.
Pero ito hindi, no?
Sweet.
He loves me like lalaki pa. So syempre din yan, loyal. Pero kasama ko yan pag nagigising ako ng morning, ihi ako, sasamahan niya ako, nakaupo pa siya doon sa hintay niya ako, matapos akit na naman kami. So sabi ko, wow, I think baka nga doon na ulit, si Sachi na rin yun.
Well.
So I mean, I think that helps.
Yes,
and
it
also, yun nga, tama na, when we are undergoing something, wag mong i-repress or wag mong i-hold back. i-experience mo yung pain.
Yes.
Kasi nga para after that, kasi ang tao meron tayong recovery period eh. Kaya nga, di ba may vaccine, there's such a thing as vaccine. When you get a disease, your system will try to learn how to get over that. No? So, ganun din ang brain, ganun din ang ating tinatawag nga na spirituality and yung ating mind, no? Na ipuput niya yan na kailangan mag-get over mo yan. You have to. Unless your mind decided na ayoko na.
It's like,
Tapos na to,
you
diba?
yourself talaga mag-accept. Kasi minsan kasi sinasabi lang natin just for the sake. But sometimes if the mind actually would recognize it, that you really mean it to yourself and with your actions. So that's why we have to be a little bit mindful. Kaya 'di ba sabi, don't do others what you don't want to do. And then sinabi din na parang do not think of ill intentions nor either say nor like this and like that. So masasabi ko kasi is the moment that you would think something with intention, it becomes parang na siyang nag-feed na sa brain natin, sa mind natin, sa soul natin. And then once it gets bigger, so that's why we're not supposed to say and do, because it
Yes.
becomes habit.
Correct.
So our state of mind will be receiving the ideas that we are making and what we are perceiving. So especially if you hold on to situations like that, yun yung magiging realidad natin. And that's why depressive people would say, I cannot get out. I don't know. But at the
Lagi negative.
yes.
Oo.
So you yourself need to help yourself as well in that aspect, not just by just taking the medication, but sometimes kasi kung medication lang naman yan, some would actually say it's just like patchwork. 'Di ba? Kung diabetes ka, hindi mo pa rin naayusin yung sugar intake. Well, understandable naman, may iba't ibang situations. But since we already know some aspects in our lives that we have to be cautious of, we will not just supposed to say, may gamot naman, it will stabilize. But at the same time, there is something you can work out with it. Kung sabihin natin nahihirapan tayo sa sabihin natin physical state at first, kasi automatic sabihin natin sa medyo mga plus size natin, it's just like ang nangyayari is like we will just nahirapan tayo mag-gym and something, but at the same time kasi it's part of our psychological mind. So kung nahirapan pa tayo sa physical, we can start first with psychological and emotional state natin. So that's why there are eating disorders that's happening.
And sometimes the advice na start walking.
Yes.
No? And looking at good visuals. Parang
Yes.
nagugulat ka, pinanonood mo lang ang sunset or whatever, walk by the beach, ang dami mo nang nadidistress ka, nakakakuha ka ng maraming oxygen.
Yes.
Plus, at the same time, hindi mo napapansin, ang dami mo ng lakad.
Oo,
Makikita
totoo
mo na lang
yan.
sa watch mo, uy, naka 20,000 steps ka na for
Yes.
today.
Oo.
Start with that. Sabi ko nga, wag biglain, no? Yung lalo yung mga tao din na, syempre, alam mo naman ng tao, natatakot yun sa judgment ng iba. But nowadays, everybody's in eh. Everybody's
Yes.
included. There's no more such ay, ang pangit mo kasi ang taba mo, ang pangit mo kasi minsan nga yung iba sobra-sobra naman ng muscles, hindi
Yes.
rin naman kaya, no? But something that makes you feel beautiful
Yes.
and complete, then that should be you.
Which is very true.
Oo,
Kasi,
wag mo nang sobrahan.
Oo,
Kung okay ka na sa weight mo, tapos maganda naman ang lakad mo, hindi ka hinihingal. Ibig sabihin, and then when you go to the hospital, have a check, okay ka naman. No? Ako nga sinasabi ko sa kanila lagi hindi ko sinasabing puro na lang science, no? But science is there to help us see.
yes.
Makikita natin dyan, kahit naman mga doctors, they cannot heal you if they don't see laboratory results, diagnostics, yung mga x-rays, yung mga MRI, yung mga imaging, no?
Yes.
Kasi we cannot see what's inside, what's
Yes.
happening. And there's no such thing also as keeping away from chemicals because actually, everything around us is made of chemicals. It's just that there are chemicals that are harmful. May nangyayaring chemical sa liver natin, nagpo-produce siya ng enzymes. Enzymes are chemicals. Natatakot lang silang pagka na-term kasing chemical, naku, hindi niya natural.
Yes.
No. oxygen itself is a chemical.
Yes,
It's
that's
on a
true.
chemical table.
Uh-uh.
Diba? So, it's a table of elements. So, lahat yan is a process na meron lang talagang toxic. Parang good and bad. Merong white and black. Merong good and evil. So, ganun din. In our daily lives and everywhere that we
Yes.
treat. No?
So that's why we have to be conscious of the cause and effect of every situation, because that's the logical state of mind that will happen here in our lives.
Yes.
But kaya tayo nabigyan din ng imahinasyon, binigyan din tayo ng creativity, and binigyan din tayo ng freedom of speech. Kasi kung minsan it's just like some would say na parang, anong meron sa'yo? Bakit ganyan? But the only thing that you have to do, I would request for the viewers, is just like, I would highly encourage somebody or everybody to actually try to put meaning in every situation so that your mind can perceive it in that aspect. So kung sabihin natin just like water is just like only for drinking and hydrating, but the moment that you would say this na parang God bless this water, or I believe that this water that I will take
It's
it in,
cleansed.
will clean
Purified.
my body, purify my body, hydrate my body. Wherein just by saying these words and just by hearing it, your body is already reacting to every words that I am
Preparing.
saying. Yes. So that's why whenever you say that I am a beautiful and magnificent person or instrument creation of God, that I am or I am capable of unlimited and boundless potential, that whoever I meet or whoever I see, I am able to inspire, motivate, and then
Galing.
enrich people's lives. So if it becomes your mantra and that belief in your saying, it will become your habit, and you will be more aware of the situations and the feelings that you want to build up in yourself.
Meron pa ako na-remember na sinabi rin ni Boris, no, yung friend ko na, sabi nga niya, when you wake up or every time that you feel insecure or something, you always utter these words that, all is well, and, the world or the universe is working
Yes.
so that things will fall into place. And be whatever has to be,
Yes.
no? And things will happen on a daily basis,
Yes.
diba? Because
Uh-uh.
yung past mo is a reference of what happened before. Don't live on it.
Yes.
You have to live now, because now is here, so that kasi yung future mangyayari naman yan
On the latter.
latter part So talaga ang kinakabuhay mo yung ngayon lang. So resolve things that are happening right now and let it be, no? Kaya importante na when you wake up in the morning, the best thing to do is to be grateful.
Yes.
Grateful
that's
for
very
the
true.
life.
Yes.
Grateful that you're still breathing.
Yes.
Grateful that you can still get up,
Yes.
walk, eat. Hindi yung pagising pa sa umaga, ano ba naman to? Magtatrabaho na naman ako. Magtututbrush ako, maliligo ako, magtatrabaho ako, makakasama ko na naman yung katabi kong mabaho or whatever. Don't think about that.
Yes, that's
Ay
very
na,
true.
oy, gising ako, ang saya. It's another day of working because I'm gonna be earning something for my future, so I can travel, I can go to these destinations and whatever, no? Kaya nga, and live healthier, live longer. Lagi naming sinasabi na yung kalusugan natin is not just part of exercising, eating proper, etc., etc. Lahat yan There was a time na we even invited naman a specialist ng sa brain, na kasi sabi nga namin, kailangan binabalanse mo rin yung mental health mo. There's such a thing as financial quotient,
Yes.
diba? Meron tayong emotional, meron tayong physical, and mental, and spiritual. Lahat yung elements na yan, pag nabalanse mo, then you become confident.
Not just
That
confident.
you are equipped.
Yes,
You are
yes,
equipped.
you
And
are.
I love what you said that you are a magnificent person. Diba? We were created by God in His likeness. Hindi pwedeng yung magnificence niya, hindi niya sa atin ibigay.
Yes.
Kasi yung magnificence ni God is sobrang abounding that hindi niya pwedeng ipagkait yun and he will never be insecure.
Yes. Oo.
Diba? Because he knows what to do with those people who are insecure of their beauty and everything. They go down there.
Yes.
That's what happened to Lucifer, diba?
Yes.
He's the most beautiful creation and above all better than even than humans, pero pumasok yung inggit. That's what eats you up eh.
Yes, that's true. Kaya,
That's the most
ang-
powerful sin is greed eh. Then
madami, yeah,
diyan
the
kumukulo yung inggit eh.
Oo, well, nakakatulong din yung, kaya nasama si greed, no? Pero at the same time, the start of true healing is once you actually find your truths and know how to face and acknowledge your truths in a way na parang and reanalyze oneself. Kung parang yung authentic self mo, sabihin natin, i-reanalyze natin yung sarili natin. Kasi kung sasabihin natin na parang, oh, I am, na-realize ko, I am angry. I am always angry. This is my temper. This is my like this. Okay, that's one version of truth that you have analyzed with yourself. And anong sunod mong next step na sasabihin? Since you acknowledge it already, anong sasagutin mo sa sarili mo? Ganito na ako. Then, tapos na yung healing process mo. Then, that is pride na you would say na, hindi ko na kayang bitawan kasi ganyan ako. But it takes a lot of humbling down also to reanalyzing oneself na ganito ka. And then sabihin mo, okay, I will be more mindful of what I'm going to say and do so that my actions, my reactions, my mindset will be reflective with what you are doing in life. So, you will learn how to do things more meaningful. Kung sabihin natin, we work maybe for ourselves and for our love for ourselves and our family, but sometimes it's come to a point we forget why we are working because nasasakam tayo o natatabunan tayo ng hirap ng traffic, gising sa umaga. Yun yung sinasabi kong batteries in our lives.
Yeah.
So sabihin natin we're going to work, we are physically ready, we are excited, energized.
Recharge.
Work, di ba? Sa
Yeah,
tagal, sabihin
yeah,
natin,
totoo.
tagal natin nag-bomb out, di ba?
Correct,
Work.
correct.
And then, nung nag-work ka, okay, every day becomes routine, and then you meet people, or the people, nagkaka-problems na sa office, di ba? The emotional state is being affected na, tapos sabihin ka na ng bossing mo, bakit ka late? Bakit ka ganyan? Ay, madami pa akong inasikaso sa bahay. Pero yung na-boil down naman sa'yo, sunod yung baterya mo, kasi nakain na yung physical battery mo, di ba? So yung emotional mo ngayon, bumababa na naman. Kasi ang hirap na nga ng yung work sa house, meron pa sa work, tapos may chismis pang ganyan. So na-deplete ulit yung battery.
Yes.
And then, papasok na yan yung psychological aspect natin na you'll start blaming yourself. You're gonna say na just because it didn't go effectively, bibit-bitin mo na lahat ng emosyon, ng situation, wala na akong ginawang tama. Lahat na mali. Then you start questioning everything. Then it will render you down, procrastinating, not doing anything at all. So, that's why it has to be, we have to be mindful of everything so that kasi pag once it gets depleted, you let go of yourself. You lose your self-worth. You lose your everything. So that's why it's very important that the wellness of one person is very healthy. We have to be mindful every day. Na we have to check. So that's why psychiatrists or psychologists would recommend journaling. And then at the same time, some would actually say, yan, yung sinabi ni Val na we have to always be grateful. Why? Because being grateful is we are incorporating it in our lives already. That's one way of transmuting it in our minds. Kasi parang sabihin natin, if our plans in our life didn't go wrong and you've invested so much love, attention, energy, and time, just like sabihin natin, 8 o'clock ito plano ko, 9 o'clock ito plano ko, but there are things that we cannot control. Then we get angry with that person or that situation because it did not occur in our own way. So parang binitbit, whole day ka na BV.
Yes,
And
totoo
then,
yan.
rather than saying, oh, I'm thankful for today kasi, ay, shucks, may aksidente pala yun. Or, I was able to meet this person dahil na-late ako. So maybe there are things that I have to be redirected as of the moment, and I will not simmer down with the heartache and the pain. Just didn't go my way.
Oh, yan. Sir, Andre, sorry,
Yes.
but Ang sarap ng kwentuhan. I
Maikli ni
hope
Ate Oz.
we can still invite you, no, if you're available Tuesdays and Thursdays, because we can do a series of these steps or developmental stages on how to have a para bang a crash course lang. If you can indulge our audiences and viewers for a crash course series of the road to magnificence.
Oh, wow.
No?
Yes. Actually,
Being a magnificent person, no? Na gawing hati-hatiin natin 'yan. Para bang yung how do you wake up in the morning as yourself? For example, a day at home or with family.
yes.
The next naman would be how do we recharge our batteries when we're at work?
yes.
How do we be a person, a planning kind of person, etc., etc. Pwede natin gawing series
Yeah,
yan.
that would be lovely. Actually, Val, that's why I have been also telling this to people because it is also part of my advocacy at the same time. So that's why I wanted to provide a situation wherein people can band and meet together
Wow.
and try to express themselves and try to look deeper within themselves. So that's why sa exhibit ko, magkakaroon din ng creativity
Yun.
workshops.
Please
Yes.
invite them this upcoming exhibit.
Oh yeah. So bale, it is an art exhibit. So it's going to be held at Gateway Gallery. So it's on the 5th floor of Gateway Tower, and then there will be several activities. It is also an exhibit of my healing at the same time, and then how I met other forms of friends. So this is an exhibit that they will be catering their talents and sharing it to a lot of people. And there will be accessory making. There will be expressive acrylic pourings.
Wow.
Tapos, there will also be sound bath meditation. So, lahat kasi I'm promoting the aspect of our self-authenticity. And then at the same time, the power of healing. So, these are other forms of healing methods, which is some would give life coaching, intuitive guidance, and some would give meditational services.
How do we avail of it? Meron bang tickets yan? Or
Feel free to message us
Alright.
on me on Facebook, or either there's an email address in
Okay.
the poster. So far there are medyo slightly open naman, pero the space can only accommodate how many sit downs.
Yes. So dapat makapagpa-reserve ng slot.
So
no?
it would be very helpful if you guys would send an advance notice para if ever we can accommodate the people
Yes.
who would like to join.
Okay. It starts on December 3
Yes. it's at
until
9.
December
9.
9. Wow. So mahaba naman pala 'yon, guys. You can actually go into the other dates, no? And of course, syempre during mall hours yan open.
Yes,
The entirety.
it is the gallery opens at 10 to 6 p.m. But majority yung mga activities, they are segmented time frames lang din. So feel free to check it out para hindi kayo maligaw.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you have it, great, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Andre Dominic Katigbak, our new life coach.
Thank you for having me.
Yan. So, gawin nating project yan dito sa Live Healthier, Live Longer, Magnificently with Sir Andre Dominic Katigbak. Ayun. So, lumagpas na tayo ng oras. Pasintabi po sa susunod na show ang ating inaabangan na kumukulong bagong-bagong balita. Ang balita ng bansa ni Sir Dodong Alan Afable Obrero. Ayan, hi lang ako dun sa mga kumabol. Jeline Santos, Daphne, James Morabol, Almira, thank you for watching. Irish Buluran Pipito, Dr. Gisette Gaan, Melba Pagya, Ma'am Rosario Obrero, thank you for watching. Joanne, Natalia Serrano, Pia Alba, Marjolaine Angeles, King Sarah. Ayan, yun. Salamat po at sana abangan nyo po yung ating next episode sa Tuesday. At hopefully nandito ulit si Sir Andre. And if you can message us your personal requests kung gusto nyo magpa-advise, you can even join us during the live show if you want to call para makausap kayo ng diretso. Ayun. So, lagi namin pinapaalala sa inyo na ang inyong kalusugan ay ang inyong kayamanan para kayo ay mabuhay ng malusog at mahaba-haba na masaya. Okay? Sir Andre, naturo na ba si yung ano natin? Yung exit? Alright.
Paulit na lang.
yan. Kaya naman, dito
Dito,
sa
sa
MHE, kami kasama mo.
Media House Express, home of news and entertainment. Kaagapay sa paghahatid ng mga pangkasalukuyang kaganapan at pagsaserbisyo sa taong bayan. Media House Express, home of news and